Hey, welcome to the Daily Beard for April 22nd, 2019, and we're back to Tozer. This is Tozer chapter 4, which is entitled Apprehending God. So let's just get into it. If you've been watching the series, you know. If you don't, I'm doing a Tozer series. Keep up. All right, so Apprehending God starts out, and he's talking about, to most people, God is an inference, not a reality. He's a thing that is, but is not known on a personal level. So he's like this thing. He's limited to an idea, goodness, beauty, truth, love. That's what God is. But he's not a person. Apparently my dog wants in. So he says, while admitting his existence, they do not think of him as knowable in the sense that we know things or people in everyday life. Like you'd know me, or I'd know you, or I'd know Popeye's chicken, and I know Popeye's chicken. So he goes on to say God is personal, and we have lots of tools to see him. Quoting, the eternal world will come alive to us the moment we begin to reckon upon its reality. And then he highlights two words there, reckon and reality. So we're going to start with reality first, which is the second one. Reality, he says, is what exists no matter what you believe. So it doesn't matter if you believe it or not, it's there. That's what reality is. And he says God is the greatest reality. He's the author of lives and beings, basically. He's the author of everything. He is the ultimate reality. And then reckon, it's not I reckon this or I reckon that. You hear it in Westerns, but reckon it says it's not imagination, making things out of the mind to attach to reality. Reckoning is to have faith, and faith creates nothing in and of itself. Faith, it simply reckons upon what is already there. God and the spiritual are the real world. We reckon them just as we see the rest of the world. So we can think about them, we can understand them, and come to know them better and reckon them, as it says, just as we do what's around me. The stones I'm sitting on, the door behind me, the camera I'm recording into, the microphone that is listening to me. We can reckon God in the spiritual world just as we reckon these things. He says, at the root of the Christian life lies belief in the invisible. The objects of Christian faith is unseen reality. What it boils down to is the spiritual is real, and we have to seek it. We must seek to be otherworldly. So we live here, and there are physical things, but there's this whole other world that you can't see. And some of it you understand, like wind. You can't see it, but you can see its effects. But there's this whole other world that is right there. We're just not seeing it. Now, he says, we'll be mocked for this, which we are. But if you're to live in the truth, so be it. We get mocked. And Christians do get mocked for this. There's a lot of talk about God's kingdom is coming. And what he's saying is because of what Jesus did. God's kingdom is here. And the deeper we get into God, the more real the kingdom will feel. And then we'll see with new eyes what was always there in the beginning. It's kind of like in Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, where you don't see the bridge until you see it from the right perspective, and then you see the bridge, and then you can't not see the bridge. If you haven't seen Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, what are you doing with your life? So, yeah, that's what the chapter is. He's basically saying there's this whole other world that we can't see, but it's super real. And it's God, it's reality, and we just need to reckon on it. We need to think on it, and we can get access to it, especially the deeper we get into God, the more that world will seem real, because it is real. It's basically it's the Matrix, okay, but in a good way. Yeah. And that's the chapter this week. So let's get to the prayer at the end of the chapter, which is always awesome. It's a shorter one, actually. O God, quicken to life every power within me, that I may lay hold on eternal things. Open my eyes that I may see. Give me acute spiritual perception. Enable me to taste thee and know that thou art good. Make heaven more real to me than any earthly thing has ever been. Amen. So heaven is here now. The kingdom is here now. We just need to see it and experience it. And you do that by reckoning on God and getting closer to God and understanding him more. And you'll see the kingdom every day. I am trying to, and I do some days, and some days I don't. That's why I keep trying. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you're enjoying these Tozer things. Some people seem to be watching them, some people don't. But I keep doing them. I'm really having a good time. Tozer's amazing. And thanks for watching. God bless.